Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors? Take a look. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should go to Mage's College. Boost!
Huh?
Everything all right?
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second.
One thing everyone can agree on. This war is bad for business.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Do come back.
Hello, friend. Very good, sir. Good luck out there.
Huh?
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. The finest weapons and armor. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
What's on your mind? What have you got there? Let's get going then. Good afternoon. What was that?
There's been word of some trouble nearby. I'm on my way to investigate. I probably shouldn't tell everyone who asks. This is important business, you know. Someone's going to get hurt, all right.
You can't win this!
Speak if you have aught to say worth the listening. Speak if you have aught to say worth the listening.
Welcome here.
that?
Fight! Does someone...
What can I do for you? Welcome to Bits and Pieces. I'm sure you'll find what you need here. Yes? Some might call this junk. Me? I call them treasures. Come back to Bits and Pieces anytime. If you want rumors, you should talk to Corpulus.
Wanderer like you must have plenty of tales to tell. But I'm afraid I'm too busy to hear them. I think I would, if it weren't for my son and my wife. Oh, Sema would have my hide if I even suggested I might step foot on a battlefield. You think Stormcloaks and Legionnaires are dangerous? Ha! Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Return anytime you need arms or armor. My forge never rests.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only to hers, but she's selling me short.
Welcome to the center of the world. Or at least my brother Eriker's world.
There's nothing quite like a good vegetable. I'm a little
Have you
busy.
met my dear brother? The man's is trustworthy.
Hello, friend. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. Always good talking to you.
God might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
Poof!
I had another run-in with the Thieves' Guild.
Be careful, Mio. The Thieves' Guild has Maven Blackbriar at its back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them, Eren.
It helps them accept.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
You're a stranger here too, huh?
I've never seen
Visitors
Mjolnir
like
this
us are
upset.
rare in this part of
The
Skyrim.
city really gets to her.
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between. Many years ago I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust. To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think? You know, I'm beginning to respect you. Other than Eren, you seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust. Since we share the same opinion of them, let me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild, and you should be cautious. It's been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies, and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Eren, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago. It was Eren who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died. When my strength returned and he told me about the problems plaguing Riften, I decided fate brought me here for a reason. So I stayed. Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves' Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften's citizens from her family, but to no avail. Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son. Spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder. Safe travels.
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble? Yeah? Well, I got news for you. There's nothing to see here. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some stranger sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Then we're speaking the same language. Good. So what do you want to know? The only thing I heard is a rumor that a boy named Aventus Aretino in Windhelm has been attempting to contact the Dark Brotherhood. He used to live here in Riften at the orphanage on the other side of town, but I think he ran away. Can't say I blame him. Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says. You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you. Be seeing you around.
Welcome to Riften, home of the Thieves Guild. Or so they'd have you believe. It's all lies. We're just thugs. Vermin creeping around the rat way.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem.
Huh? What do you want? I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do. I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you. Be careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty people.
Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
I've never seen the all this upset about anything. The city really gets to her.
The return of the dragons is not mere coincidence.
What's your problem?
This is one of the signs. The signs that Lady
I
Mara
knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. If you were to leave,
Kirava, certainly we can come to some sort of an understanding.
Are you kidding me? I've got the entire Thieves Guild at my back. What have you got?
We've all heard of the dragons and their return. There's no need to use them as an excuse to harass our customers.
All right, all right.
Very well, Talon.
I guess I made enough from his
I'll
shipment.
remove myself
No
from
need
this
to waste any more
deadly
time threatening a stable hand.
kicking you
Tell
out.
Shadra he doesn't owe
Just
me
keep the
anything.
sermons at the temple.
That'll teach me to try and make extra coin around this city.
Talon, another round.
I think you've had plenty, Volwolf.
Blessings of Mara upon you.
Stupid lizard.
Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim. Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim? Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available.
Sometimes I'm not
When
sure
another
that
person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony.
just too frightened to step up and do something about it like you are.
Mara's domain encompasses the emotions we strive the most to embrace: love, compassion, and understanding. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times. but you should consider her light a beacon in the storm.
This year to get out of Riften.
Don't worry.
Of course. I'd be more than happy to add a donation to our charity box. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. We need all the help we can get. Thank you. I can promise you that this will be put to good use.
I love when you spin that yarn.
May you return to her benevolence in safety.
He killed 6 Imperial guards before they dragged him into the prisons.
Was this before or after the mythic Dong attacked the Emperor and Valen single-handedly fought them off? Just shut up and drink, Romlin.
You look like you could use a drink. What do you
Hey,
say to
Taylor,
some cheap
get
mead?
off your lazy tail and take care of the
I'm
customer.
selling the best mead in town for cheap. Interested? Nothing but the best. Blackbriar mead, fresh from the vat. Best of all, you don't have to pay the ridiculous prices Maven charges. So what do you say to that? Suit yourself. If you change your mind, I'll be around.
You want a drink? Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know. Excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
No, friend. You've got it all wrong. I'm not selling cheap mead. I'm selling good mead for cheap. Blackbriar mead. I'll sell cases of it for half of what the inns and taverns pay through the meadery. All I need is someone to deliver it for me. If anyone saw me leave Riften, they get suspicious. I need someone to take this small keg of Blackbriar mead to Wilhelm at the Villamur Inn in Iverstead. Drop it off, and he'll trade you something for the delivery. Keep it as payment for the legwork. Oh, and if you bump into Indarin from the meadery, keep your mouth shut. He'd rat us out in a second. Good. Now get going. Sure. How do you think I get my hands on the good stuff and offer it so cheap? You think old Maven is just giving it away to anyone? Good thing she makes so much money. Makes it easier for merchandise like this to fall through the cracks. Remember, keep this to yourself.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
Rava, we're running low on Blackbriar.
Come back and see us. If only Maven would stop raising the price on it, maybe I could afford to stock more cases.
We could always.
I believe you have a delivery to make.
That isn't an option. Maven sees me serve a competitor's brand here, and we may as well dig our own graves.
Yeah, what do you want? If this is about the meadery, we can talk later. You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to some cheap mead? Maven Blackbriar wants me to keep the mead flowing, and that's what I aim to do, despite all these lazy good-for-nothings that work for us. Ever since I took over as a foreman, the production of our mead has never been more profitable. And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich. Get the picture? Aye, I suspected as much, but I've never been able to catch that little sneak with proof. That fetcher. I gave him the same keg just this morning and told him to store it in the cellars. Oh, he'll rot in prison for this one, I promise you. As soon as Maven finds out, it's all over for him. Here, take this as a bit of a reward for nabbing our little thief. Azura bless you. A Dreth never forgets a traitor. You'll pay for this. Yes. Safe travels. And
All
what
right,
might
then.
you need?
You've caught me at a bad time. I've lost someone dear to me. It was my sister, Lilia. She served as a battle maiden with the Stormcloaks. We recently heard she'd been killed. I find it difficult to talk about. Perhaps you'd be better off speaking to my parents about it. Anyway, I'm glad my work at the Blackbriar Meadery keeps me busy. Helps me keep my mind off of things. My father was a Stormcloak soldier in his younger days. Now he just walks the streets spewing his hatred and propaganda. My mother is the priestess of Talos. She tends to the shrine and teaches his ways. I'm just not so sure she's delivering the right message. Don't mistake my political beliefs as a substitute for my family values. They're still my parents, and I love them dearly. I just think they've let my sister's death skew their outlook on Ulfric and what he really brings to the table with this war. I'm not so certain that Ulfric's intentions are as noble as they think. I think Ulfric cares about Ulfric, and the rest is a smokescreen. I'd appreciate if you kept my opinion between us. The last thing I want to do is have my parents lose another child. Yes, actually. I'm partnered with Maven Blackbriar. I put up a chunk of the gold she needed to get the place off the ground. We've been staggeringly successful so far. In fact, I'm almost surprised how quickly she's generated business for us. My name may not be on the label, but some of my blood, sweat, and tears are in every drop. Figuratively, of course.
You never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you're carrying, eh, lad?
Drink up, my boy.
I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell.
Take it easy, Father.
It's all about sizing up your mark, lad. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway. Look how you sniffed out my little scheme at the North Gate. You knew it was a shakedown and you called him on it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, Father.
Wealth is my business. Help me out, and I can add to yours. Would you like a taste? I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid. Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing. There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. I'll be out in the market all day, from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. Meet me then, if you've still got the stomach for it. We've been contracted to make sure Branche remembers not to meddle in affairs that aren't his own. Now, since we're not the Dark Brotherhood, we're not going to kill him. We're just going to make sure he sits in the prisons for a few days.
It's always a pleasure when you're standing.
Do you want me to hold your hand as well? You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stall and use your lockpick on the strongbox. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind. I'll be at the market come morning. You better be there too.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know. Is there something I can do for you? 3, in fact. They're my own recipe. Brought them over here from my days as a bartender in Gideon. First is the Velvet Lechance, which is a mixture of blackberry, honey, spiced wine, and a touch of nightshade. Perfectly safe, I assure you. Second, we have the White Gold Tower, which is heavy cream with a layer of blended mead, lavender, and dragon's tongue on top. Last, and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, Cyrodiilic brandy, Flynn, and Sujama. Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both? If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
What wasn't I clear about?
Look, I already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my
If your
back.
allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't much to discuss. They mean to take our history and crush it all in the name of some damn treaty. The soil beneath our feet is steeped in the blood of our ancestors. We've fought for this land, and died for it. I lost my own daughter to the Imperial dogs, and by Talos I'll not lose anyone else. Lilia joined the Stormcloaks many years ago, when the first of the skirmishes broke out across Skyrim. I was so proud of her. She served as a battle maiden, using her healing arts to help those that fell on the battlefield. Never even lifted a blade in her life. It didn't matter. The Imperial soldiers cut her down, killed her like a dog, and left her body to rot in the mud. And that's why I won't rest easy until every single Imperial soldier joins her, and Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim. Support Ulfric or die trying. There's nothing in between.
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
I'm telling you.
Of course not. You expect me to take care of it by myself? My niece Svana helps me with the chores. She'd be more help if she kept her head out of the clouds. She's been with me ever since her parents were killed by bandits and she was dropped in my lap.
To put weapons into the hands of young Nord warriors.
There's a college in Winterhold that teaches magic. It's very secretive, though, and you know how people hate secrets. The Jarl's Court wizard was taught there. That one's full of secrets.
I'll treat those shipments as if
I don't know why I bother.
New in town, eh? Here for the fishing, I guess. There's nothing like fishing on Lake Onric. You should try it sometime. Only the best in all of Riften. I own Riften Fishery. Started out with a single fishing pole, and now I have an entire building and 2 boats to my name. Not bad for a middle-aged Nord, eh? Too bad I haven't had the same success helping this city shed its poverty. Nivanor thinks I'm wasting my time trying, but I disagree. Nivanor is my wife. How I was ever able to meet such a gorgeous creature is one of life's mysteries. We're at odds about my charity. She thinks the people in this town have become lazy and expecting a handout. I tried to include her in my lessons from Mara Mall over at the Temple of Mara, but she prefers to shop instead. Different strokes, eh? Yes, I suppose someone has to be around here. Have you seen the condition of this sorry excuse for a city? Beggars roam the streets, crime runs rampant, and the threat of war's driving away business. The paltry amount of coin that I place in the charity box at the temple is the least I can do to help. I sell my catch across a good portion of Skyrim. It's worth its weight in gold to me. The only untapped market left is Markarth. However, I just got word that Klepper at the Silver Blood Inn might be interested. If you're headed that way, I would appreciate you delivering a purchase agreement for me. You'd be paid, of course. Good. Klepper will pay you as soon as you arrive with the letter. Here you are. Remember to give at the temple.
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb.
I
The
presume
bunkhouse
you're
isn't-
bothering me for a good reason. Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear, and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me, and I pay a visit to the Thieves Guild. Make me angry, and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation. I believe we're done.
Fancy yourself the adventuring type, eh? It's just as well. I doubt your combat prowess would prove valuable in a real battle anyway.
What in the name of Oblivion
I
do
was
you
trained by some of the finest warriors in all Skyrim. To wield a blade
Looking for
as
work?
if it was an
I need someone to
extension
deliver a
of my
message to Sibby Blackbriar. Ah, well. I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth. Good man. You won't regret it. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften. You'll be well paid for your time. I'm not exactly comfortable around guards or jails. Definitely not when associates of mine have been locked up. No, I'll meet you outside of town. No idea, but whatever he did, it must have angered Maven. No guard would lock up a Blackbriar without the old lady's permission. I'll meet you outside of town.
I believe we're done.
My mother spared no expense where I'm concerned. I'm heir to the family.